In today's video, I will be showing you how to make a sales sheet in Excel. For this sales sheet, I'm going to use the example of the Spring's Flower Sale. First, I'm going to add a note about P.E.O. and I will stretch this across the page by using the Merge tool. Next, I will add the method of payment, which for checks would be made out to Chapter AM. I'll also merge these cells and I will bump that back up. Next, I will select all these cells by using the Shift key on the keyboard, right-clicking with the mouse, format cells, borders, and select thick outside borders. Should look like that. Now these gray lines are invisible when you go to print. They're just kind of guidelines when we're working in Excel. And in this example, we will be doing 10-inch spring hanging baskets. And I will also have that stretch across the page. And I will format that cell as well to be the same. It is the thick outside borders. Now I will add in the flowers. So I'm going to shift and select all these cells. I'm going to go to cell format, alignment, and make sure text wrap is selected. And this is important because we would like the words to stack on top of each other so they don't take up space horizontally. Okay, and next I will add in this one. The font is different for some reason. I'll fix that. And since this one actually has 3 colors, I'm going to merge these 3 cells and input those colors at this time. And we can go back in later and adjust the font. Select all, Arial 8. There we go. Sometimes it just needs a little finagling. You need to put in this piece of data. Wait, no, that's right. There we go. Perfect. Alright, the next flower. And for expediency's sake, I just have these flowers pre-typed out so that I don't have to type everything. I'll come back and fix all this later. Okay. Get the colors in here. This one's another multiple one. So I will merge these cells as well. There we go, stacked now. The only reason I click on a totally different font is to make sure everything indeed is getting changed. Just one of my fail-safes. Okay. Okay, and then I will put in total hanging basket ordered and total amount due. And I'm going to actually merge these two boxes. See, this one was not text wrapped, so I'll fix this one. There we go. To make sure everything is the right font. Appears to be, but let's just make sure. Okay, and I will also select all these cells and center everything. That'll look a lot better, and it does. This could be adjusted. Better. Okay, good. Next, I am going to take the colors, select them. You can also drag if you don't want to use the Shift key. And then I'm going to change the orientation to 90 degrees. And so this will allow some of these to be narrowed down so that we can have this all fit on one page, which will be quite nice. And another little trick, if you just want them all to be the same, you can do it this way as well. And I think I will just add 2 spaces so that it's not up right against that line, because I am about to add some formatting to make this more of a grid. Okay, and this one. Okay, let's see, can this be narrowed anymore? Yes. How about this one? It's pretty good. This one is pretty good. Narrow this one a little bit. Narrow this one quite a bit. That's good. Give geraniums a little more space. There. Nope, that's correct. That is center. And I think I'm also going to align these ones center. And that way when I give them a format with boxes, it will look nicer. Okay. Next I'm going to add some grid for taking orders. And I'm going to change the color to a slightly lighter color and select solid line and select this. And now we have a nice grid. There we go, fixed. Now in this example, this sheet is perfectly fine for printing out and taking with you and getting orders. But if you're looking for something to add up your totals and help you more in a bookkeeping and accounting standpoint, I recommend moving those. This is under the assumption, or in this example, that all baskets are $25 per basket. Okay, I had cap lock on. And then we're going to select this square, which is where we want our quantity total to go. And we're going to insert the formula for sum. And we're going to look at column 8B. We're going to start with, or B8. That's what we have to start with the letters first. B8. And we're going to add a colon. And then we're going to add the last one. The colon indicates that we're going to do through all of these. To M8. I'm going to hit enter. I'm going to change this to general. Change this to general. And now you'll see if I go like this, it will add up my totals. And so what we're going to do next is take this, and we're going to times it by this to get our total. So I'm going to go start here, And I'm going to input the times formula for this. And I'm going to put N6 asterisk is for times in this formula. And we're going to go down to this column. This is 8 and it's N. I'm going to put in N8, enter, and we will get our grand total there. Now, for our total, grand, oh, I still have caps lock on, grand total, I will have this whole column add together at the end. So I will do, this is 8O, so I will put sum 08 through 022. And that will always show us our grand total. Now, what I would do next is clear this data, and I'm going to select all of these and use the Control key and the D on the keyboard. And what this just did was it copied this, and it copied it to the formula to all these rows here. Now for this one, it's a little more tricky because this one is kind of off by himself, and he's not going in succinct order. So what I'm going to do is reference this formula, and for this one, I will just simply change that number. Okay, so now let's test this out. Say this person got 2 of those, this person got 1 of those, 1 of those, oh, 1 of those, and 1 of those. So it's going to start adding that all up. Nice and tidy. Words are good. And so it just makes it a little bit easier for your bookkeeper, whoever is keeping track of this. And you could either put in members' names who are gathering these orders, or the name of the client, whatever suits your needs. I'm going to create a new sheet. And so this other sheet's still here, it's just in a different tab. And I am going to create a page for photos of these flowers for people to reference, customers and whomever. And so let's see what we got. What you can do is go to the Insert tab and select Pictures. I have some pictures on my computer, and here's some already, and I will select for instant patience. I'm going to shrink this down a little bit. Then I will drag this on over, and I'll make myself a little note so I know what they are. Okay, and I will just keep doing that. I will keep inserting more photos. Shrink it down a little bit. 3 seems like a good size.